What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay. And I'm not even going to start talking yet. I just want y'all to listen real quick.
How did you find the strength within to come up so big in this challenging moment?
My teammates. We lean on each other so much at this time. We fought through so much adversity throughout the season, and we just kept the main thing. We kept the main thing, and we came out on top. And I can't express how proud I am of my teammates. They picked me up when I was down. We cried together, prayed together, and now we popping champagne together!
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Not again. Yeah, I learned the game from William Wesley, you can never check me. Back to back for the niggas that didn't get the message. Back to back like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Back to back like...
Okay, look, I can't do too much because they will block me and take this live off. But I just wanted y'all to get the feeling of what's going on. If y'all didn't know, I'm sure you know by the graphic that is over here. Las Vegas Aces won back-to-back championships. Game 4 was yesterday, Wednesday, and against New York, in New York. They were up 2-1, and people said that we couldn't do it. People said that we wouldn't be able to do it. You know, we lost Chelsea Gray, Game 3. Wasn't quite sure. Let me break it down a little bit how I was feeling, because I was getting a lot of pushback on this. So Game 3, the end of the near the end of the fourth quarter, Chelsea Gray goes out, and I don't know. I'm like, is it her knee? Is it her foot? Whatever. So I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, New York came out playing game 3, and they might have the momentum going. If we don't come with a strong team, Game 4, and the New York Liberty is playing the way they've been playing, we might have to take it back to the house and then do our best there with the crowd behind us. And I just didn't know. I just didn't know what we were going to do, how we were going to do it, anything like that. So I was just chilling, trying to see like how this was going to go, right? So the next day, because I was thinking they weren't going to announce like if Chelsea was coming in the game or not, just because I didn't know. I don't know how that stuff works, right? I'm not in sports like that. So I didn't know if it was going to be like they were trying to hide it. Not necessarily hide it, but they just didn't want New York to know what they were doing. So New York didn't have time to like figure stuff out, right? So the next day they actually announce, you see Chelsea in a boot, that she's not playing. Something happened with her foot. She's not going to play this game. But then I'm watching a video and I find out that Kia Stokes is not playing. She's in a boot. And I'm like, first of all, I was like, wait a minute. Are they like, is she just playing a game? Like, is she making fun of Chelsea and then they're just trying to keep their spirits up? So she's in a boot. But then I was like, that doesn't make sense. So what's going on? And then Kia was like, well, I just woke up and my foot was hurting. I was like, it's Game 4. We're already down a starter. What's going on? They just seem too calm. Like they showed like footage of the shoot around and the practice and stuff like that. And I know you never want to let your competition see you sweat. So I don't know how much it was of them like not letting people see them sweat or just genuinely being, content. It wasn't anything they can do if both of them was out, but do their best to play the game. So when I was watching that kind of behind the scenes footage, I'm just like, well, if they're not worried, I guess I shouldn't be worried, because we still have a squad. We still have Plum, Young, and Wilson. These are all 3 number 1 picks. Like, we ain't got a shabby team. And they account with Chelsea for like the majority of the points that they play, like they get. So yeah, we're down somebody really, really good that we need, because she's the floor general. She, tries to figure out I mean, she does her best at figuring out where the ball needs to go and facilitating and things like that. And that's the heart and soul of the team. Everybody respects her basketball IQ. And she's kind of like a second coach. We've seen her on the sideline taking a clipboard and talking during the timeouts, and Becky's just letting her do it. So, I mean, she's a definite like big piece of the puzzle of the success of the Las Vegas Aces. But it's just not having her there is one thing, yes. But like I said in my other video, we don't have scrubs. And maybe I didn't say this in the video. I might have tweeted. We don't have scrubs on the team. So we got, the 3 number 1 picks, Plum, Young, Wilson. We have coming off the bench is Alicia Clark, who is a 2-time WNBA champion and a vet. She's been in the league for 10 years and maybe a little bit more. She has basketball IQ. She has the experience. So it's not scrubs on the bench. We have George that's on the bench who is huge in Australia. I think that's where she's from. Like, she's a baller for real. Like, she carries her team over there. Sid can come in and just give you a bunch of energy. I have not seen KB play that much or Coates, but, they believe in their bench, right? If they need them, they'll come in when they're needed and do their thing. They just don't play a lot of minutes. But then more than all of those, Asia Wilson is still on the team. Like, y'all act like she's not a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. She's not a 2-time MVP of the league. She's not a 5-time All-Star. She's not like, she's a winner. She was Rookie of the Year. Come on, like, y'all have to give the Aces some kind of credit. So I wasn't ready to count them out. Like, I knew it was going to be hard. It all depended on the way that New York was going to play as to how the game was going to go. But I did say, and you can go back to my other video, I did say that it was going to be similar to the Dallas game that the Aces had, where they just didn't play well and it was scrappy the whole time. And at near the end, it was like a buzzer beater situation where Dallas had 2 chances to take the lead and win that game, and it just didn't happen for them. But it came down to the wire. Now, most of the time when Vegas and New York are playing, well, every time that they played this year, it's never been close. It's been blowout after blowout after blowout. And it wasn't any different going up into the finals. Even though they were close in the beginning of those games, they still ended up blowing them out. Like I said, the first game, I might be 17 points. The second game, 28 points. And then New York wins the third game by 14 points. So it's never been close. And then the 5 other times that they played during the regular season was not close either. But I just had a feeling that this game was going to come down to the wire. And oh my gosh, yes, it did. It came down to the wire. Vegas won by 1 point. So we're going to get into, these box scores real quick. Let me get to it. There we go. So, like I said, Vegas won by 1 point. And we're going to watch later. We're going to watch like the last minute. I might have to skip a little bit because I don't know how much I can, I guess I can play whatever I want. But, you never know about, how the tube wants to do things. So if we're looking at these scores, overall, man, it was so many ups and downs in this game. Like, let's look at the quarter. Can I see that? Is it under the summary? Yeah, under the summary. So if we're looking at the first quarter, New York was beating us by 10 points. Now, understand, we are down 2 starters. Now, the starters that they added was Alicia Clark, of course. I thought they were going to add Coates in the game, even though she doesn't play that much, only because she's she's tall. And I figure to take the place of Kia, because Kia doesn't score, but she is she's there for defense and rebounds and stuff like that. She's not like a threat to like score a bunch of points, even though she did hit them with those 5 points in game 2. She's not a point threat. So the first person I thought about was Coates. Put Coates in there to kind of take the spot of Stokes. But what I didn't think about and what I didn't realize it was George was there. George is big, but George can score. And like I said, George is a force on her team in Australia. So it was like, it just made sense. Also, she doesn't play that many minutes. New York they couldn't scout that. They don't really know what to do with her. They're used to when Vegas is playing that they have to pay attention to Plum, Young. I mean, honestly, everybody but Stokes, because Stokes is not going to shoot. When you're talking about guarding defense, they can leave her open. And if she happens to get a shot, then she just gets a shot. But they'll take those shots and free up a person so they can guard or double mainly Asia, or if they have to double if someone's getting hot from the perimeter or whatever. But whatever it is, they don't know. And I want to say they don't know, but they're not used to, when they're playing Vegas, having to guard all 5 people on the floor. So that was a change for them that they had to adjust to. Now, they did come out, and even though we're down those 2 starters, we're only down 10. Understand that New York, it was a close game 3 as well, but New York, going off the momentum of winning game 3, just did not come out. I was thinking it would be like, I'm like, we're going to have to come from behind, a lot. And we're going to have to figure out how to like overcome a huge deficit. Cause I just felt like New York may just like run through us, like exploit the fact that we're missing these starters. But again, we ain't got no scrappy team. Like, it's people on this team that can ball. So being down 10 through the first quarter isn't bad. Also, Vegas was beating themselves in the first quarter. We actually, when I say we, I mean the Vegas Aces, we actually could have been ahead during the first quarter because we had 8 turnovers in the first quarter. And yes, it was jitters, I'm sure. It was like trying to figure out during game time, like, who is going to facilitate? How are they going to facilitate? Because you are missing. Like, I will say, throughout this whole game, you can definitely tell that Chelsea was missed because it just wasn't a smooth flow through the game like it normally is. Even when they were making their runs, it was still it looked like you can tell they were trying hard. It wasn't some seamless thing where, Chelsea can just get the ball where it needs to go or be able to facilitate the different plays or whatever. You can tell that was missing. Now, Kelsey tried her hardest to do it, and shout out to her because she did other things in the game. But you can tell, especially first quarter, turning it over 8 times and only being down 10 was crazy, right? So I was feeling good about the Aces. The same thing I said in game 3, even though New York came out with all that power game 3, the Aces were sticking with them through most of the game. It wasn't until the fourth quarter where they kind of lost it, but that gave me hope that they can come in this game and be able to take it. Second quarter, Liberty kind of calmed down. You can see that 16-17, Vegas actually won that quarter. They scored more points, and their defense starting to tighten up. Like that's one thing throughout this whole game. Their defense was like Jackie all over JJ at sometimes Sid coming in all over Laney, all over Ionescu, like whoever she was guarding, she was doing a great job. Halftime happens. I think not Vegas. New York is leading by 9 at halftime. And if I'm not mistaken, 9 or 10. Might have been 9. I guess I can just do the math right there. I don't really feel like doing that. But anyway, they were up, right? Going into the third quarter, though, the energy of Vegas starts to pick up. Asia, near the end of quarter 3, scored 9 straight points for Vegas. They actually had the lead. As you can see, 23 points to 12. They actually had the lead going into the fourth quarter. So they were down by, I want to say 10. Yeah, 10 quarter 1, 9 quarter 2. Quarter 3, they were down by as much as 12. And Vegas took over the lead by the end of quarter 3. I think they were leading by 2. And then the fourth quarter happens. And even though New York won the quarter by 1 point, it just wasn't enough because New York wasn't going away. They would hit shots. I mean, Ionescu was hitting shots. Vandersloot was their hero. She was hitting shots left and right, threes just like crazy. Like she had so much confidence going into this game. She's what kind of saved them. Other people participated. Laney will hit a 3 here and there, and they had I can't think of her name. I got to look it up. One of their bench players came in and hit a 3. So I mean, they weren't going away. But to have the Aces, people kept harping on the fact that they were down these players. So for them to stick with it and be able to take those hits that New York was doing and still come up fourth quarter leading by 2. And then at some point during the game, they were up at 6. So I want to say a minute 30 or something like that. They were up 6 points. Now, they the defense kind of got shabby. And actually the offense was a little weird. Kelsey had the ball, and I think we're gonna watch that part. But they're winning by 4. Asia, after kind of carrying them, it was Asia and George, I want to say quarter 3, that was really like doing the damn thing. And then quarter 4, it was Asia, it was Clark. Clark was so big in this game. George, Jackie, Kelsey, like everybody was like participating, doing their thing, like really, really, really pushing to get this game going and try to win this game in the fourth quarter. So a minute and 30 something left. Asia does this turnaround jumper over JJ, and New York gets the ball. I want to say, I don't think they scored. And Plum gets the ball. She's taking it up the court. She should have passed it. She didn't pass. She got it stripped by Vandersloot. New York takes it down the court. Vandersloot gets the 3. Now they're only up 2. Then a shot doesn't go down. New York gets the ball again. Who is it? Ionescu shoots a 2. Now we're tied. And it kept going back and forth for a little bit. Or not we're tied. Were we tied? No, because we were up by 6. She got a 2. So now we're up by 1. And that shot that Asia took was the last shot that the Aces made. But they tightened up on defense so much that it was down to the wire. But of course, like I said, they won that game. So, man, it was a nail biter. I couldn't watch. Like, honestly, I could not. When it came down, I didn't even watch Asia take that shot. When it came down to maybe 2 minutes, right before Asia took that shot, I was just like nail biting. I was like, I can't watch it. I paused it, and then I just started looking at the score on my phone. I would just keep refreshing because my nerves, when I tell y'all my nerves was so bad because I wanted this so bad for the Aces. I didn't want it to go back to I didn't want to go to a game 5. Yeah, we would have the home court. It's possible that Kia and Gray would have been well enough to play. I don't know. But I just didn't want to give New York any more momentum. Like, they won game 2, even though it was scrappy. They won game 3. And even though it was scrappy, if they had won game 4, I think that would have gave them momentum to go into Vegas and try to do something. Now, I didn't think they would win. I always believed Vegas would win. But I just didn't want to, let's take care of New York right now is what I wanted to do. So let's look at these box scores. So Alicia Clark played 36 minutes. She usually comes off the bench, but like I said, she is a true vet in this game. She played 36 minutes. What is this? 2 for 2 on a free throw. She was 4 from 7 from the field, 57.1, super efficient. She did not make a three that she shot. She ended up with 2 points, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. So that was dope. The turnovers, like I said, was a problem. I didn't like that, but we got through it. Asia played 30. I thought all the core three were going to just be on the floor 40 minutes and never take breaks. But Becky found a way to give them a little bit of breaks. So Asia, 38 points, 38 minutes. I wish she had 38 points. It would have been a blowout. She had 24 points. Like I told you, big third quarter. She was 11 from 21, 52.4%. Again, the efficiency that we needed from in game 3, she showed up in game 4. Didn't even attempt to make a three. She missed one of her free throws, but she had 16 defensive rebounds. And that's something that I, as a watcher of the Aces, that it really irks my nerves that they don't, the games that I saw, they weren't doing a good job during the regular season, even like defending their misses. Like someone would shoot the ball and then everybody's running down the court. I'm like, well, get your ball so you can have another chance. Like I never really understood why they never tried to box out or do anything. Like, yeah, getting offensive rebounds is important. But for me, I just was wondering, why weren't they trying to get any defensive rebounds so you can get your ball back and get another shot in? So 16 defensive rebounds. She didn't even get an offensive rebound, which is kind of odd also because, you know, we needed that, but that showed up in other players. So 16 defensive rebounds. Of course, I said Alicia had the 4 offensive rebounds. What else? She had 1 steal. She didn't have any assists, but she carried us third and fourth quarter where it counted. And she didn't even score that many points. It just happened to be the right points at the right time. She did miss some easy shots. I felt, well, I wouldn't say easy. If you're shooting over JJ, it ain't easy ever. But, or you're trying to go up against Stewart, it's just not easy. They're contested. But there were some that normally would fall that just wouldn't fall. But 24 points, 52% is good for me. George, coming off the bench, who was a starter, played 30 minutes. She was 4 for 14, field goal, 28.6%. Not great, but think about it. She's replacing Stokes, who doesn't score any points. So for her to score 11 points, get 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, like she was all over the floor. So shout out to Kayla George because she was doing her thing. Something I think New York just wasn't expecting or just wasn't prepared for, to be honest. Young came out. Young was 54% from the field, 54.5%. I felt like she was missing some shots that would normally go in as well. But again, that 16 points helped us. She was 100% from the free throw line. She was 33% from the 3-point line. Let's see. She had 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Like we're missing Chelsea. Who's going to try to take that spot? 7 assists from Young. She had 2 steals. I wanted so much for Young to take over this game, but they were playing her hard defense. Like Lainey learned like really quickly how to stay on Jackie and kind of make her pass the ball. So she was on her. Lainey, I have to take my hat off to Lainey. Lainey was doing a really good job at defending Jackie. Plum, I think she played 40 minutes game 3 and she played 40 minutes game 4. Never came out of the game. She did not have a good shooting night. She was 16% from the field, but only 7 points. But those 7 points that she got were pivotal to us. We needed those at that right time that she got those. She missed a lot, but she helped us. She was 0 for 4 from 3-point range. Again, just like Jackie, I so wanted Plum to like heat up and really score, but I also understand like the pressure that Plum was under to be the point guard. Not that she hasn't played that position before, but when you have a person like, again, Gray, it's, that's some big shoes to fill. So I think she was preoccupied trying to facilitate and trying to, assist and get people in the right spot, that she wasn't looking for her shot. And when she was taking her shots, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say desperation shots, but they just weren't falling. And it was, I think her mind was just preoccupied on something else. But again, those 7 points helped. She had 8 rebounds. Kelsey, 5'8", against all those tall girls. 8 rebounds. 2 of those were offensive rebounds. 6 of those were defensive rebounds. And my bad, when I talked about age, I totally messed that up. Defensive rebounds are from the other team. The offensive rebounds is where she wasn't getting it. And those are the things that drive me crazy. So I misspoke earlier when I was talking about that. I was right about being like, I hate that they don't guard their own basket. But 16 rebounds period is great. She was doing her thing, getting the ball back down the court, which is what they're good at in transition. So I'm sorry I misspoke earlier. Don't jump in my comments and yell at me about that. Anyway, she had 2 offensive rebounds, 6 defensive rebounds. Those 6 defensive rebounds is something crazy for Plum. Like I said, you got JJ right there, who's the main rebounder of their side of the court. So if you can go in there and steal 6 as a 5'8" Kelsey, that's something big. She had 5 assists. So Jackie and Plum with 5, Jackie with 7. You can tell they were really trying to do their best to facilitate and get other people looks if they needed it. She had 1 steal. She did turn over the ball. I talked about that one turnover near the end of game 4 that could have, took us out of the game, but luckily the ball just didn't fall for New York. And then Kirsten Bell was in it for a minute 49. She didn't really score anything. Sid earned her keep, man. Sid came in the game. She had 5 fouls. She had 3 really quickly. But her main goal was to shake up New York. Stay on whoever she is guarding. Do not let them get past her. Do not let them take a shot. Now, a couple of people got shots off on her, but she was all over the place. She even got 2 points. She was really good. Really, really good. I was very proud of her with her. She only had 1 assist. But she was in that game to be a menace. And that's what she was doing to them. Like, even Jackie at one point was guarding JJ. Jackie, I don't know how tall. I think Jackie is 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken. JJ is 6'6". And Jackie, when she was guarding her, JJ wasn't getting anything. I'm not going to go through all of New York, but we can see where things were lacking. When JJ only gets 6 points, I think she scored 29 or 27 points game 3. Like, she had 6 points. She was doing it on the rebounding side, which she always does, but she was 37% from the field. She didn't attempt to take any threes. She was in the game 33 minutes, but 6 points from JJ is not going to equal a win for you, especially if your other star, Stewie, is not doing well either. Like, she was getting shots here and there, but it just wasn't falling for her. She was one of the people that had the opportunity to take the last shot, and shout out to AC. AC was all over her. She didn't have a chance to take the shot. She had to pass it off, but she had a 17% field goal percentage. 17%. She got 10 points, but you cannot win. You can't win with 17%. You can't win with Stewie only getting 10 and JJ only getting 6. And then what kept them in the game was Courtney Vandersloot, 19 points. She was killing us from 3-point. She had 5 3-pointers. She was 43% from the field. She had 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal. The steal that that caused KP to turn over the ball in the fourth quarter. UNESCO was getting hot here and there. She had 13 points, 41 from the field. She was 42 from three. They just as the or who was it? Thornton. Before I get to that, Thornton was one that got us near the end too. She got a 3-point shot off, but again, just like the Aces probably needed one other person to get hot during game 3, and they could have took it. They needed one of their stars to bring something, and 6 and 10 points from Stewie and JJ just wasn't going to cut it. Even if you were playing a team that's down 2 starters, because I told y'all, Aces was not playing. We got a squad. It was ugly, and it was a hard-fought battle, but to hold JJ to 6 points, and Stewie's shots just wasn't falling. She was getting the shots. They just weren't falling. She was just having a bad game, and it was a bad time to have a bad game. But, man, this game was so intense. Like, man, let me tell you, I said I did not want a nail biter because my nerves be bad, y'all. But when it came down to the wire, after I realized they won, I went back and watched this unfold. And it was just, when I tell y'all, I'm so proud of this team. I'm so proud of this team because they did not let up. Everybody played a part. Everyone that played a part. And I know they were probably feeling away because people were counting them out. And I'm going to go back and watch some of those videos because I didn't watch them before the game because I didn't want that to bring my mood down. But there was a lot of people out there, and you know who you are, that said, like, the Aces are out of it now. They're not going to get it. They're missing 2 starters, one of them being Gray. New York's going to run over them. And little do we know, Aces came in the game and took it over. And even though by the hair on their chinny chin, they won by 1 point, something that has not happened with New York, battle in New York. But they scraped, pulled together, and they got this win. So I want to go to, if I can, this last minute and 30-something seconds and have us watch how this thing went down. Now, this angle, again, it's an above the rim angle. So you don't really get to see the whole floor, but you do get to see what transpired during that time. So let me get to it. I think that's it. And we're going to see this thing go down. Hope y'all can see that. Hopefully y'all can hear it, and everything's on the up and up with my audio. Yeah, I think we're still good. All right, let's check this out. There's Asia with the ball. Turnaround jumper on JJ. All day. Now we're up by 6 points. It's a minute 26 left in the fourth quarter. So New York takes a timeout. I'm going to fast forward a little bit if I can. New York has the ball. There's Sloot with that 3. Now we're only up. Was that a 3? We're up by 3. That was a 3. We were up by 6. That turnover, my heart dropped. We're going to watch that again. That turnover right there, my heart dropped. Because I'm like, pass the ball, girl. Like, why is nobody moving? Come get the ball from this girl. She should have set a pick. Let Asia set that pick, and she would have passed it off to Asia, but she didn't. She stole the ball. Here comes Sloot. They're passing the ball around. There's Unescu. Easy 2. Now I'm like, wait a minute. My heart is palpitating. It's 41.7 seconds left in the game. My heart is palpitating. We're only up by 1 point. There's still so much time left in this game for New York to take it over. So it's our ball. Jackie got it. They're trying to box her out, get her out of the game. Becky called a timeout. That's what had happened. Because it was taking them too long to get the ball around. Now you can see it's 20.2 seconds. We got three seconds left on the shot clock. It's our ball. So in this timeout, Becky is telling them to throw it to the rim. Georgia's going to take the ball out, throw it to the rim, let Asia catch it. Now, what Asia should have done is just caught it and throw it right up. But she caught it, tried to reset and take it up, and you're going to see what's about to happen in a second. 3 seconds left. George, perfect pass, though. Perfect pass. Look at that. Asia catches it over JJ, tries to reset. She gets blocked. It's 3 people on her. 3 people block her. New York got the ball. They're running. Look at that D. Jackie's like, nah. Not on me. You're not about to get a shot off. It's 8 seconds left in the game, y'all. 8 seconds left in the game. New York is down by 1. They are sharp shooters. If they wanted it, they could have had that shot. It's 8.8 seconds left in the game. They're going over this timeout. Here we go. Last 8 seconds. AC got this D on lock. Nope, Stewie. Nope. Pass it. Air ball. And it's over, baby. It's over. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Y'all. Like, oh, when I tell y'all my heart was in my stomach, because those last 8 seconds could have been pivotal. And Vandersloot wasn't missing. She wasn't missing during this game. So Jackie didn't get over there fast enough. I just knew, oh my God, that ball's going to go in. We're about to go to game 5. And to see it just overshoot, because the D was there, the D was there. But, she had to overshoot it because she saw Jackie coming at her. And JJ got the rebound, but just couldn't convert that into any points, because by the time she got it, the game was over. So, oh man, such a great game. Such a great game. They did so good. Oh man, when I tell you I am so proud of these ladies, I can't begin to tell you how proud I am of them. I never gave up hope. And I just want to say this real quick. Those of you that watched my last video that was in my comments, and this is no hate to anybody. Thank you for engaging with me. Thank you for having a conversation with me. Thank you for just watching and commenting. Those of you that said that I had a lot of faith in a team that may not win, I want y'all back in my comments and giving me the congrats. Can y'all do that for me? I need the congratulations from you guys, because I told y'all that they were going to get this game. I told y'all they were going to win. So proud of them. So proud of them. And, this is why I wore my mirror ball hat. This is why I wore my mirror ball hat. This is my Renaissance hat. I wanted to shine a little bit. I ain't got the trophy. Let me fix that because I don't like, there we go. I don't have the trophy, but I got a little shine to my hat. I needed to have my celebration in some way, shape, or form. We're going to get to this. And before I get out of here, we got to get to this part of the video where the Aces get their trophy. So let me get in there real quick. Let us watch that, and then I'm going to be out of here. There we go. Let's watch them get this trophy. I'll back it up a little bit.
So with the 2020... And Mark, here we are again. To Mark Davis, the entire Las Vegas organization, Coach Becky Hammond, amazing season.
Not them booing us.
Amazing series, great win today, great game. What a competitive game tonight. So with the 2023 WNBA Finals champion, the Las Vegas Aces.
Back to back, baby. Back to back, baby. She did end up talking to a couple of people. This is when Asia got her MVP.
All right, without further ado, with her 6th double-double of the postseason, averaging over 21 points and over 12 rebounds, your most valuable player for the 2023 WNBA Finals is Asia Wilson.
Woo-hoo! Look how her team loves her, man.
Asia, I see you've already
Now she
got
said
the champagne
a whole
goggles
speech, which I
that
played a little
know
bit
who I
of it
have in my
earlier.
locker room.
But
There's
I have
not
to
a
play
person
what
out here
Sid
that I don't-
said. I'm going to pause it real quick. I have to play what Sid said because if y'all watched game 3, UNESCO was going off. And at one point when she made her shot, she looked to Sid, or she looked to the team, I think, and did this little night, like she was putting them to bed, like y'all are done. Sid had something to say after they win this championship.
With some of the most incredible minutes.
Thank you, Holly. I got something to say, though. People wanted to count us out because we had 2 of our starters down, but they don't know we got some dogs on this team. So
Tell
I
them,
got
Sid.
2 words to say. Night-night.
And on that note, night-night, everybody. Your 2023 WNBA champs, the
Oh,
Las Vegas
man.
Aces.
Man, that was funny. Sid doing that. Let me get to where we at. That's Asia saying her speech. And there we go. There we go. The team with their trophy. The crowd didn't like Sid saying that, but that's what happens in basketball. You talk noise, and if you don't end up backing it up, the other team's gonna come for you. And Sid didn't like that night situation, and she had the last say. So shout out to Vegas. Congratulations on your back-to-back. Congratulations to Asia on her MVP. Man, it was a toss-up because in the beginning of the series, we thought Jackie Young was going to get it. And then it was at a time where we thought Plum might get it or Chelsea Gray might get it. But it was the true MVP stepping up when we needed her the most, along with her team. It was a team effort led by Asia, but stepping up when they needed the points the most and needed that leadership the most. And she came out on top, winning her 2nd MVP. So y'all can't sleep on Asia. Asia is a 2-time WNBA champ, a 2-time MVP, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, a 5-time All-Star. She was Rookie of the Year. She was, they won the Commissioner Cup at one point. I don't know if she was an All-Star MVP or not. I think I read that, not sure. But the thing is, the girl's 27 years old, and look what she's doing in this league. So don't ever sleep on my aces. We came into this game already down before. We came into this series down 2 starters from way back in the regular season. We had Candace Parker, and there was another player, Williams, that had a domestic situation, and I don't believe she's no longer with the team. So we were already down 2 people. We didn't have a deep bench. And then right before this finals game, game 4, we lose 2 more starters. So now we have 5 starters and 3 people on the bench. How? No other team in the history of the WNBA finals has ever had to deal with something like that. Aces took that on the chin. They came away with the win. And listen.
Hear about the Sava again. Not even when she tell them that they better as friends. Not even when you're saying Drizzy, tell them again. I've been putting on the show, it was a sellout event. Oh, you need better seating.
Listen. Back to back, baby. Back to back. That is all I have. Thank y'all for watching and really just like conversating with me, watching my videos. This is the most kind of like engagement I've had in a long time. So those of you that were watching, again, thank y'all. I'm excited to see this next season. I can watch it from the very beginning. So y'all will see me again talking Aces basketball. We'll see what's going on with the league. I might cover more than Aces from time to time. I don't know how things are going to shake up yet. We got to see how things go first. We got to see how who acquires who and how things go. But I'm always going to stick with my Aces. So shout out to the Aces again. Shout out to Asia Wilson. Shout out to Becky, who's 2 for 2. This was an amazing journey to watch. So thank y'all for watching, supporting. Watch my videos, comment below, subscribe, and check me out later. I'll talk to y'all later, y'all. Peace. Let's go, Aces.